The Evo won that by 1.5 seconds, which means it's 2 to the Sherwood cars and only 1 to the racers. I think that's remarkable.
It is astonishing because if you think about it, not that long ago, people were travelling hundreds of miles to stand up in a wood all night in Wales just to watch one of these go by at full chat. And now you can buy a road car which is just as fast.
Right, it's time to move on. Now, if you've just joined us, this is really the ultimate race because Jeremy is trying to drive one of these Ferraris, one like this, from our studio here in Guildford all the way down to the Lodge Hotel in Verbier, which is in Switzerland. And he's trying to do that faster than James and I can get there on a plane. Now, when we left the action, James and I were about here somewhere, and Jeremy was around here, about 250 miles behind us, and he'd just been stopped for speeding. We were feeling pretty confident.
We pick up the story an hour later with James and Richard on a train in the Alps and me off the motorway in the hills north of Lake Lausanne.
So now it stops being about power and starts being about handling, and on that front it's very good because the engine is in the front but it's behind the front wheel, so it's actually mid-engined, and the gearbox is in the back for perfect weight distribution. This should be a riot.
Catching up.
We're on our way towards
Martin.
The roads had been kind to Jeremy, and now we no longer had jet engine power. He was starting to close the gap.
I've got snow. There is snow on the ground, and I don't just love this car anymore. I wish you could be where I am now.
Which is better than where we were, on the platform at Martigny Station, with an hour's wait and then another train and a bus to catch.
An hour with the St. Bernard Express. Look at that.
The dog train.
That hour was really killing us, because while we were waiting for the train, Jeremy was racking up the miles.
Where are you?
North of Lake Lausanne. You're now in Martigny, are you?
Yes, but we're going to be here for an hour. I know, but the next train that we've got is out of the Reverend W. Audrey's stories, and then we've got a bus as well. You've more than halved the distance.
At last, the Swiss border.
So now I shall be leaving the EU, and automotively speaking at any rate, entering the dark ages. The trouble with Switzerland is that they have no tolerance at all of speed and cars and pollution. Steve McQueen had actually made that jump on his bike in the Great Escape into Switzerland that arrested him for reckless driving.
This was going to be the final filler. With a Ferrari averaging 15 miles to the gallon, it would now be a non-stop thrash to Verbier. Meanwhile, Richard and James were boarding the St. Bernard Express for their last train journey, when I was seriously catching them up.
Well, this is just super tense now because we've got another 10 minutes or so on this train to get to. It's on this map, Le Charles. And then from there, how long? It's a
15 minutes on the bus.
yeah, and then it's a 10-minute
10-minute walk.
You do know we've got that walk at the end.
Yeah. Walk.
Now, if
Unless I see it, then I will run on television.
Only 60 miles ahead of me now. Only 60 miles ahead. I've made up 140 miles. I haven't finished yet.
Jeremy is somewhere between, probably just behind us and where we're going. I mean, it's that close.
I honestly believe I can hear the car.
I know, you hear that plate on.
Finally, we were off the train. Now for the last leg in a bus.
Always sounds good in a tunnel. What am I doing? I'm in a Swiss tunnel. I've been in prison for 30 years for being in third gear in a tunnel here.
Where is it we're going? Verbier.
Only 40 miles behind
because they had to get up 12 miles of mountain road in a bus, and I was hunting them down in a Ferrari.
Right, switching to manual and sport, we're going to need everything this car has got to give, and it's got a lot to give.
He's behind, I know he's behind us.
10 minutes plus a little walk.
I'm waiting to hear the V12 waiting. I see a set of Ferrari headlamps and that's it. Come on, it's all over.
Is it worth dying to beat James and Richard? No. Is it worth dying to prove trains are useless? Yes.
I'm going to go drive the bus.
No.
This was awful. I knew that somewhere in the darkness they were just minutes ahead.
See, I don't know how far away Verbier is, that's my big problem. Oh my god. Traction control fighting the back end there.
I look down in the valley and any one of those could be hit. I'm sure I'll be able to spot the front of that car even in the dark. I can't believe it's this close.
No, I can't.
Come on, I want to see that bus.
This is the bus depot. Come on.
God, come on, what? How many more times must there be?
Lodge.
I can't carry it.
No, this is Verbier. I'm here.
So am I.
Oh, for God's sake, Swissers, get out of the way. Where is it?
Do you know where the lodge is?
Which way do I go?
He said the top.
That's them.
You've got to be kidding.
Yes.
I can't believe that.
I can't believe this. No one is going to... Oh, sorry,
Just so I can.
Guys,
What did I
I
say?
can't believe how
no one.
No one's
No
going to believe
one
that.
will believe that was real.
I don't believe it. I mean, that is-
11 hours. 11 hours.
I said, should have just had time to pour himself a beer and look smug.
By a hot tub. I have to say, that was spectacular. Spectacular. Also, I'm trying to look smug. Well, freezing. So there we are. The best integrated public transport system in the world, allied to a plane that actually arrived at Geneva early, was beaten by a car.
James and I were actually happy to lose to a car. And what a car.
It is a car. I also want to make it plain that was for real. I really did overtake them on Verbier High Street in this astonishing car. I mean, obviously my abiding memory of it is the windscreen wiper here, which had a bent blade caused by a mechanic leaning on it, and he's now sharing his bed at night with a horse's head.
That's fair.
That's fair. But once I've tuned that out, it's an astonishing piece of kit, because on the motorway it's really, really quiet, really comfortable. Then you get to the Alpine Pass, them on their bus, and you're just like trying to catch them up. It was fantastic. It was a full-on snarling Ferrari. That brilliant, though, brilliant.
It's difficult to know what to compare it because you can't compare it with the Aston Martin DB9 because this is a proper four-seater.
Yeah,
really,
true.
that isn't.
Yeah.
So it's closer, if anything, to the Bentley Continental GT, a big four-seater two-door coupe.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. This is a lot more expensive than a Bentley, £70,000 more than the Bentley, in fact. It'll depreciate like a stone because all four-seat Ferraris do, and it's going to be more brittle. But that said, let me just say this to you. Ryan Giggs, Kieran Dyer, Rio Ferdinand, they all don't have Ferraris. They've all bought Bentleys, and for that reason alone, I'd buy one of these.
Yeah.
So, the Ferrari won the race to Verbier. This year, Ferrari won the Formula One World Championship. again, and when we look at our lap board, we find that it's headed by a Ferrari.
So we thought it would be a good idea to teach them a lesson. So look what we've got down here. Yes, it is a Renault Formula One car. You see, the thing is, Renault called us up and they said they reckon that this could get round our track, not in a pedestrian 1 minute 19 seconds. They said they reckon it could get round in under a minute. This is the actual car that Fernando Alonso used in the last 3 races of the 2004 F1 season. But while it's ready to race, unfortunately, it's not ready to go. You don't just turn the key in a car that churns out 1,500 brake horsepower per ton. A car that can go from 0 to 125 and then back to 0 again in 7 seconds. In fact, you need a team of 16 highly qualified engineers just to get it going. And then you need someone with nerves of steel to drive it. Sadly, Alonso was busy, but that's okay, because we have just the man for the job. Yes, this is Stig's birthday and Christmas present all rolled into one. So, let's see what he can do. And he's off. No Grand Prix car can accelerate as fast as the Renault. So much torque in that thing, and here's the proof. In just 6 seconds, he's up to 150 miles an hour. Right, through the first corner, he's keeping it at a steady 125. And look at that grip! Right, now, up to Chicago. Here we go. All traction control, keeping the back end in check there as he powers down now toward Hammerhead. I've never seen those bumps in a road car before. Now, they've fitted the Monaco steering rack for this twisty bit. Well, it's worked. No understeer, no oversteer, just a bucket load of power. Now, he's kicking up spray there as he buries the throttle. Already he's up to 171. Slowed down a bit for the 5. Look at that! Final straight, he's faster still. 183 miles an hour as he brakes for the second to last corner. Over half the lap's been done at full throttle, but can he really have got round in under the magical minute? Well, it was greasy out there, and there were big puddles. Did slow him down a bit. Yes. The Stig did it. 59 seconds. The thing is, though, this is only for cars with ashtrays and noses that you can get over the over speed bumps. It's only for road cars, so I'm afraid. Richard, if you'd like to take that down. I'll do it then. I'm afraid we can't have it, but there is some consolation, because you know earlier on we were showing you that today's road cars are as fast as racing cars from 20 years ago. Well, it stands to reason that in 20 years' time, you'll be able to go as fast as that on the A34. Oh yeah, cheery note, it's time to end the show. Good night.